Look what I got now. Brand new toolbox. A new one. This isn't some old auction find. It's not from some poor old dead guy's garage from his estate auction. This is brand new U.S. General. Picked this one up from the Harbor Freight on Black Friday. It was not on sale, but this is the one I wanted. I got the 27-inch roller cabinet, 22 inches wide. This one is in red color. I really wanted to pick up the black one, but they did not have it in stock. So it would be a couple weeks to get it in, and I wasn't that patient. So loaded this big bad boy up. So hopefully by the end of this video, some of your takeaways will be how to and probably how not to open the box and put this thing together. So hopefully this helps somebody out. Word of caution, this puppy is heavy. They loaded it on the back of my truck with one of their little lifting things. We slid it right in the ice and snow in the bed of my truck. And all it says on the front is extremely heavy, over 100 pounds. Only other thing I could find was down here where it says 88 kilograms. I had to hit the Google for that because, you know, I'm American, and found out that this thing weighs about 200 pounds. And I verified that when I unloaded it by myself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and cut this thing open. I think it should pop right off here pretty easy, and we'll see what Harbor Freight has done for us as far as what we're going to do to put it together, get it off of whatever it's sitting on, and we'll go from there. All right, here we go. I got one more strap. The other three broke off in transit. In transit, I mean me dropping it off the back of my truck and loading it onto a dolly in 4 inches of snow and getting it into my shop door. I had it on a couple furniture dollies so I could move it around. I just took that off. Didn't think y'all needed to see that, but let's see if this lid just pops open like I think it will. Looky here. There it is. There it is. Got some cardboard. Got some styrofoam. It's not good for anything. And here's the box in red, black trim. Like I said, it's a 27-inch, which is the width. I went ahead and picked up this one because you can buy the other box, put on top of it. I don't need a whole kitchen counter length one like you see some guys have. Plus I looked at the price of them. So this is the one we went with. Let's see how this is. Well, thanks to the Chinamen, they made that easy so far. Got the keys on a nice little string right here. Let's open some of these doors and see where they're keeping some of the other stuff. Looks like they locked it. Let's see if these keys work. Comes with 4 keys. 4 keys. That gives me 4 chances before I'm SOL. Alright, well, here's the instrucciones right on top. What I'm wanting to know is, where are the wheels? They might be here in the bottom. Alright. Let's go ahead and just put this to the side. We'll see if I can tip it off of this bottom piece of... Yeah, this thing is heavy. I don't think the wheels are on it. They are not. Okay, time out. Okay, I'm gonna get a little sketchy here. I just want to tip this back and see if what I'm looking for is in this bottom drawer. There it is. Of course, I put it in the bottom drawer. There we go. Set this right here on the floor. Let's get that back in there. All right. That should be the handles. All right. Let's go ahead. Open up this box. This is a side handle. Does it only come with one handle? There might be two in here. Come on. There we go. Not the heaviest caster I've ever seen, but at least they're good size. I don't plan to roll it around, but you never know. Alright, we got two sets of bolts. Must be for the side handles, and then these are for the casters. And then good empty box. What I'm hoping to do is just to lay this back on itself to get those casters on. That's my plan. But let's start with this handle just to start easy. One handle. I'll have to look in that drawer, see if there was two. I didn't see. Did y'all see when I opened that drawer? I did not see if there was two in there. Put this up on the window seal. Let's see which one this is going to go into. Looks like that one. Let's see if it is okay. They are threaded. I guess they assume since you're buying a toolbox that you have tools, so they don't supply a little Allen wrench. So let me go find a little Allen key for that. Looks like you'll need a number 5 metric Allen key for your handle bolts. Get one started. Let's get the other started. Okay. I like the handle. Let's hope there's two of them. Alright, I cleaned everything off the top of this. What I'm going to attempt to do is tilt this back. I'll pull this off too so it doesn't fall off. They're real nice feeling rubber mat though. I like that. It's good that they supplied them. So anyway, what I'm planning to do is just tilt this back so I can get the casters on. Let's go a little bit further. All right. This puppy's heavy, guys. All right, let's do it. I think I'm gonna do the non-swiveling locking casters on this end here. So I do not have all my tools over here that are going to go in this, so I did not have a metric. So I got the closest fitting standard, which is a 9/16. I picked up an extension, which is entirely too long, but looks like it actually helps. So if any of you are picky, drop in the comments what size metric I should have used. That would worked instead of a 9/16. I know how you like to judge. So let me go ahead and get all these on, and then we'll be right back. Okay, got them all on. Tip number one. Actually, the long extension that I got that I thought was entirely too long was probably a 12-inch. It really helped to get in there, get these bolts on, and clear that wheel. Also, tip number two, leave them all loose till you have them in there. That kind of works for most anything. Definitely works for this so you can get the holes lined up. Tip number three, don't forget to go back and tighten them all up. All right. You ready for the fun part? Let's see if we can stand this up without it rolling out. The trick is to do it fast. Voila! Styrofoam. Not good for anything. Look at that. That's a nice box. That rolls excellent. I got a wood floor. A lot of you guys probably got a nice slab foundation to roll on. They only supply one handle. That's probably because they expect you to bolt these together and line them up. Because that is an option. You can put the handle on either side. I'll have to look in the book, see if that's normal. Let me go ahead. I hate to do it, but let's crack into the book. Yep. You only get one handle with this model. There we go. Hey, it's a nice box. So, I'll bring you in here a little closer. The Series 3, you have to look up what that means. 4 keys. See, these boxes, they don't just slide open. They have these little rails under them that you have to slide. We'll see how long that lasts. Each one of your drawers, full extension. Comes with a little rubber foam mat already installed. And closes real nice. You're probably wondering, Richard, everything you got's old. Why did you get a new toolbox? It's going to clash. Well, once you open the drawer of a new toolbox, and then you open the door of an old one, you're like, man, that feels so good. It's like driving a new car after you've been driving your 25-year-old Chevy for a while. These things are just so smooth. And on top of that, I've looked for months. I've actually looked on Marketplace and just around for a good used box, and they just want too much money for them. A lot of times you can get them with tools, but then they're 200 miles away and I just don't have the time. So I went ahead and picked up this puppy. Maybe one day I'll stack it with the next box that goes on top of it. But for now, hey, we're gonna fill this up with what I got. Looks like a good box. What is it? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drawers. 2 bottoms are deeper. The top is deeper. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. You get 4 narrower, shallower boxes, I guess you would say. It's not too bad. Let me get a tape measure. So when you put the casters on, up to your deck here, you got 41 inches. So it stands pretty high. When it's just standing here, it looks pretty good. Yours will stand better than mine. Like I said, I got a wood floor, so everything kind of shakes and nothing's level. I may shim it a little bit one of these days. Build something under there if I need to. So anyway, yours will be more sturdy than mine, I'm sure. But hey, it seems like a good box just from looking at it. You saw me take it out of the box there. I moan and groan, but that was really pretty easy. I think tipping it over onto some of that useless styrofoam, putting the casters on that way, that's a real good way to do it. There you go, guys. I don't like to do a how-tos because how I do it may not be the way you do it, but you saw if I can do it that easy, you can too. If your back hurts, get a helper. For as much as I've spent on my back and how much time I've spent fixing my back, I probably should have had a helper. The U.S. General Series 3 27-inch roller cabinet, 22 inches deep, 200 pounds in the box, guys. Harbor Freight. Hey, can't beat it for the price. Thanks for coming to the shop. Take it easy. Hope y'all had a good Black Friday.